All right, welcome back to the show, guys. You just saw him, I don't use this phrase often, put it down right here on the kitchen sink stage. We've got Bart Millard. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great to have you here.
Oh, it's good to be had here.
So let's get to the new album, Hymned Again, which just came out last month.
All right.
People probably might be thinking, okay, why hymns? I mean, you're from MercyMe, you're so popular, you do all these incredible things. Why go back and pull out some hymns?
You know, I grew up in East Texas, and I grew up in the church, and we sing all these hymns, and it's kind of my upbringing. And I did a first hymns record a few years ago, and it was kind of a promise to my grandmother, who always said, you know, you need to do some old hymns at some point. And she passed away, and I'd promised her I'd do this. I did the first one and had such a blast. And it's more, I guess, the style of music that I can't really do with MercyMe. It's, you know, it's in East Texas, it's kind of this Louisiana style, and there's a lot of kind of country to it also. And the first one I did for my grandmother, well, that album, I found my 3 kids who were 6, 3, and 2 singing every word. Like, they know all these hymns, which kind of blew my mind because our church doesn't really sing them anymore. So that was kind of the reason to do another one, was for them. And you know, they've heard it a million times, just listening to the demos and the whole process. You know, I hear the record, at least a million times before it ever comes out. So they've already got it memorized. You know, even before the record released, they're already into it. So it's all worth it, and hopefully I can do 10 more one day.
The interesting thing with that, though, is that a lot of times when you're doing something that people have heard before, things that are traditions. I mean, there's hymns that people have known for thousands of years.
Yeah,
what to you, makes you think, okay, I'm gonna go in here and put my own little thing on it? I mean, is it a little bit of pressure? I imagine it has to be.
Not really. It's just something I wanted to do. I mean, there wasn't really radio in mind, or how many records we're gonna sell. Fortunately, MercyMe's kind of blessed us to where we can kind of do this, and just for our own sake. And these are the hymns I grew up on, but the style of music is stuff my dad, I grew up in the church, and my dad listened to everything from Willie Nelson to Louis Prima and all this stuff.
Right.
And so musically, it's, I guess, the hymns I grew up with, and also the style of music I grew up with too. And so I've always kind of wanted to put the two together and just see what came out. So.
You're working with one of my favorites on this album, Vince Gill. How did that how'd you guys hook up?
Well, I've been friends with Vince through Amy over the years, and I wrote this song called Jesus Cares for Me with a friend of mine, Thad Cockrell, and from the day we wrote it, I was like, man, Vince would be perfect on this. It's real high and got this kind of lonesome soul kind of vibe, and I was scared to ask him, and because Vince is one of those guys that even though we're friends, I just always get a little starstruck.
Yeah, he's intimidating.
Yeah, so I called Amy. I was like, could you ask Vince for me? She's like, no, you're gonna have to call him. And so I waited till it was late at night, so I knew it'd go to his voicemail because I didn't want to talk to him.
I do that all the time.
So I was like, hey, buddy, you're probably asleep. I didn't know if you could sing on this record. And he called the next day and was like, man, I'll do anything you want. I'd love to. And he came in, and it was a dream come true to say I sang a duet with Vince Gill.
I know, that's incredible, amazing. So tell us about the new single, I Stand Amazed.
Well, I Stand Amazed was probably the one hymn the reason I did the first and second hymns records. I've only ever performed with MercyMe pretty much since 1994, and this was one hymn that we used to sing like in church camps and all this kind of stuff when we were independent bands. When we were in independent band, and when we signed in 2000, everything kind of took off with MercyMe, and this was the one song that I've always wanted to do a hymns record, and I didn't do it on the first one. I don't know why, but on this one, it's just one of those songs. It's like there's so many memories that come with the song. And that's not just with MercyMe. That's growing up, and so to put it on the record was a big deal to me. And then for the label to agree that it should go to radio was pretty exciting, because it's, in a way, it kind of feels like it's come full circle.
Now it's time, though. The time we've all been waiting for.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
You ready? Rapid fire. Oh, you saw the cards and you just
No, I didn't. No, well, you warned me.
All right, here we go. Favorite secular act?
You too.
Most overused saying or phrase that you use yourself?
Dang.
That's a good one. I do that too. Favorite movie?
That Thing You Do.
Good movie. Dream trip?
Dream trip?
Yes.
Fiji.
That's my dream trip.
Yeah, the little huts that sit on the water.
Yeah, sit right on the water. And
yeah, they look pretty. Yeah,
Aren't they incredible?
I don't know about the 8,000-hour plane ride, but I want to go.
Yeah, I don't know. And having to take like a boat and stuff over to the island.
Do you really?
Yeah, you do. Exactly. You're starting to think about it now. Looks great on the postcards. And most annoying habit of other people.
Oh, of other people? The most annoying habit is the third sneeze. They come in twos,
They
and
do
when
come
somebody
in twos.
sneezes a third time, it's the most annoying thing I've
You
ever
almost
heard.
want them to sneeze again just to catch up.
Or the person that coughs out of control on a plane. Drives me
Oh, I
nuts.
hate it.
yeah.
Oh, and the best thing about being Bart Millard.
My wife and kids. Yeah.
That's special.
I know.
Bart, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
you.
you.
We look forward to you coming on back alone
Absolutely.
or with MercyMe.
Yes, one
And we
way or
will
the
make-
other.
Yes, and we will make sure to go pick up the album Hymned Again is in stores right now, so pick it up. But you're going to come back a little later in the show. That's
Awesome.
what we do around here.
Okay.
You sing.
All right, I'll do
If
it.
you want more, though, you can go to our website, gospelmusicchannel.com. You get a couple web exclusives.